Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. So you already know that I am surfing the internet reading all the online newspapers from around the world. Now tell me why I come across an article by the United States Attorney's Office. This is more like a media release or a press release, as the Americans will call it. And the headline is Nigerian man arrested in alleged $10 million pandemic unemployment assistance fraud scheme. Unemployed people. These are human beings with lives, responsibilities. These are people who were affected by the pandemic, and all they wanted to do was to live and survive. And there comes a man that flew thousands of miles across the Atlantic Ocean. To do what? To tell them that undeserving of this money, but him and his family only. Money that does not belong to him. Money he doesn't know how it was made. Money that he does not contribute a cent to the American economy. Anyways, let's continue. Like I said, this is from the United States Attorney's Office. It's a press release that was released on the 19th of August, 2024. I know they're going to come into my comment section and say, fake news. We're going to report this channel. I'm going to gather 50 people to report this channel and it will going to disappear. Like, really? That's supposed to scare me because now we are exposing y'all? I mean, seriously. Ooh, I'm scared. Anyways, U.S. Attorney's Office District of Massachusetts, Boston. A Nigerian man was arrested on August 13, 2024 upon arriving at JFK or Jeff Kennedy International Airport in New York City on charges that he and others conspired to fraudulently obtain at least $10 million in COVID 19 unemployment benefits. The reason why I can't use the name the Big C is because YouTube will flag the video. And yeah, so that is why if you hear YouTubers say Kovovo, Kororo, and they're calling it all kinds of names, just know it's because of that reason. So the guy's name is Yomi Jonas Aloyeye, aka Sabi, 40 years old of Lagos, Nigeria, is charged with one count of wire fraud conspiracy, one count of wire fraud, and one count of aggravated identity theft. And then I get asked, have you verified if like seriously? This is what they are famous for. He made an initial appearance in the Eastern District of New York on August 14, 2024, and will appear in federal court in Boston tomorrow. Federal court? My goodness. According to the charging document, between March and July 2020, Alayeye and others defrauded three pandemic assistance programs administered by the Massachusetts Department of Unemployment Assistance and other state unemployment insurance agencies. Traditional unemployment insurance, UI, here in South Africa, we call it UIF. Is it UIF? Yeah, it's UIF here in South Africa. Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, PUA, and Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation, FPUC. Wow, this guy is honestly. Specifically, Alayeye and his co-conspirators alleged to use personally identifiable information they purchased over criminal internet forums to apply for UI, PUA, and FPUC, falsely representing themselves to be eligible state residents affected by the corona pandemic. Olaye and his co-conspirators allegedly used the same fraudulently obtained PII to open US bank and prepaid debit card accounts to receive the assistance payments. It is also alleged that Alaye and his co-conspirators recruited US-based account holders to receive and transfer the fraud process or proceeds via cash transfer applications. Alayeye and his co-conspirators then allegedly used the fraudulent proceeds to purchase Bitcoin via online marketplaces. It is further alleged that Alayeye and his co-conspirators concealed the conspiracy's connection to Nigeria by listing internet protocol addresses assigned to computers located in the United States for use in the fraudulent transactions. And I keep asking, why do we still have internet cafes here in South Africa? Because if you go into those internet cafes, guess who you will find there? On computers scamming people. Yeah, yeah. That's what the police also need to look into here in South Africa. In total, Alayeye and his co-conspirators allegedly applied for at least $10 million in fraudulent UI, PUA, and PFUC from Massachusetts, Hawaii, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Montana, Maine, Ohio, and Washington, and received more than $1.5 million in assistance to which they were not entitled. Tell them that. The charges of wire fraud and wire fraud conspiracy provide for a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. And throw away the key once you find them guilty, please. 3 years of supervised released, never release them, they will do it again. A fine of $250,000 or twice the gross gain or loss, forfeiture and restitution. The charge of aggravated identity theft calls for a mandatory minimum sentence of 2 years in prison to be added to any sentence imposed on the wire fraud charges. Sentences are imposed by a federal district court judge based upon the U.S. sentencing guidelines and statutes which govern the determination of a sentence in a criminal case. According to Acting United States Attorney Joshua S. Levi, Acting United States Attorney Joshua S. Levi, Special Agent in Charge Andrew Murphy of the U.S. Secret Service Boston Field Office, Jonathan Malone, as Special Agent in Charge of the Department of Labor, Office of Inspector General, and Jody Cohen, Special Agent in Charge of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, that's FBI. Boston Division made the announcement today. Assistant U.S. Attorney Seth B. Costo, Department Chief of the Securities, Financial, and Cyber Fraud Unit, is prosecuting the case. Imagine so many departments. Hey, Mara, you guys will never learn. That's one thing I know for sure. On May 17, 2021, the Attorney General established the COVID 19 Fraud Enforcement Task Force to marshal the resources of the Department of Justice in partnership with agencies across government to enhance efforts to combat and prevent pandemic-related fraud. The task force bolsters efforts to investigate and prosecute the most culpable domestic and international criminal actors, assists agencies tasked with administering relief programs to prevent fraud by augmenting and incorporating existing coordination mechanisms, identifying resources and techniques to uncover fraudulent actors and their schemes, and sharing and harassing information or harnessing information and insight gained from prior enforcement efforts. Okay, then they say this, they give the website if you are affected, da 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 da. Anyone with information about allegations of attempted fraud involving COVID 19 can report it by calling the Department of Justice National Center for Disaster Fraud Hotline. The point that I'm trying to make here in this video is that these guys got to be frustrated by every country in the world. Lock them into their own country. Be no way for them to run to. There's no accountability whatsoever. And I'm going to be hearing that unaccountability in the comment section coming from them because of this case. And they're going to say it's fake news. Oh, they love that sentence. Fake news. Oh, yeah. Now they've abandoned. I noticed they have abandoned calling us the X word. And now they are coming with thinking that we are going to be heard about the words and terminologies they call us. As if we give a rat's tail. Guys, we don't care what you call us. You can go to town with every terminology thinking that is going to hurt our feelings. It's not. You know why? Because we are in our own country. We are bothering nobody. We are building our country. We are not nuisance or parasites in anyone other people's lands. And certainly, we are not defrauding the US government. We are not doing that. But guess who's doing it? Who's doing it? And in denial. I'm telling you. Anyways, guys, I thought let me bring you this story so that you get to see that no matter what they throw at us, South Africans are still good people. That when we travel, we go there minding our own business and we come back, we abide by the laws of every country there is on earth. And that also includes Nigeria. There are no South Africans in Nigerian prisons, not even one. Not even one. Because we abide by the laws. Same goes in the United States, same goes in Britain, same goes wherever you go, because we abide by the law. We understand systems. I mean, how on earth do you. Anyways, let me just leave it there because even if I do speak about systems, right now there's somebody who heard my video coming from the green, white, and green that there are systems and systems they always catch you. They are busy defrauding people. They are sitting in some internet cafe somewhere in an internet cafe and trying to defraud some country somewhere or somebody from some country, and they think they're not going to get caught. That's the part that I don't get. Where is your conscience? Anyways, you don't have it. Anyways, guys, yeah, please do not leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and also subscribing. If you do subscribe, consider subscribing. Huh? And if you do subscribe, make sure to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. See you next time. Goodbye.